Hello everyone and welcome to the tutorial about how to open and install Galaxy Gadget on your avatar. So the first thing you do is you go get Creator Companion. VRChat Creator Companion, VCC, is what you need to do those things. Without that, it's very difficult unless you know exactly what you're doing. So what you need is to download the latest version. So you can download it from this website, vcc.docs.vrchat.com, or directly on the VRChat website. Once you do that, you download the exe, you execute it, and you follow the direction until you are set up. Once you are set up, you go into the VRChat Creator Companion, and you have like a blue button called Create New Project. You click on that button, and you select the type of project. The type of project is Avatar 2022. You click on it, that's the latest version. You name your project, whatever you like. You create your project. You wait for your project to be created. Once it is created, you put your project up to date, and you make sure to also add gesture manager and easy quest switch. You will also need to add several few other things, but those are not there by default. So you need to go on the internet. I will provide those links in the description or in the document. VRCfury, so the official website of VRCfury, you click on here to add to VRCfury to the VRChat Creator Companion. So it will open Creator Companion and it will add the VRCfury repository to your project. And the second one is the Lil tool, add to VCC and open Creator Companion, same thing, and it will add the VCC thing, VCC repository. So once you do that, you go into VRCfury, you add it. You also add Liltun to your project, latest version. For all of them, you add the latest version. Once you do that, you can open your project. You open your project. You will need to wait for a bit until your project is open completely. So now we have Unity open. You need to go into, so you have like three main parts of the screen. You have the hierarchy, the inspector, and the assets. Those are the three main. Of course, you have the view, the scene view. But what you will need to do is you get your avatar. So ever you have a Unity package that you will drag and drop, or you can just create it from scratch or whatever. This is not a tutorial on how to do an avatar straight from anything, but for the demonstration purposes, we will use the sample avatar from VRChat. So that avatar is a robot. We have that robot here. Now what we'll do, we'll add component just for tests called VRC avatar descriptor. So now we have an avatar. That avatar, we will add Galaxy Gadget on it. So how do we do that? Well, it's quite simple. You open your Galaxy Gadget Unity package, drag and drop it inside the asset, and you will import the project. Once the project is imported, you will simply need to explore the Galaxy Gadget folder you go inside it, you have those folders. That's all the assets and all the elements of the pack. You can go to the prefab and you will find your prefab, one of several prefabs, depending on what you choose. And you can just drag and drop them in your avatar. That's the prefab of everything. That one is like the complete prefab. Once you do that, you can simply move the different gizmos. So you can't exactly click on them. They are gizmos, they are like virtual. What you can do is to move them is to use the armature here in the hierarchy. So in the hierarchy, you go to armature. You have the floor that you can move, but usually the floor is okay. The hips, so you click on the hips. Everything with a star is fair game. The rest is like only if necessary. So you move the hips to the proper place. I will also adjust the scale because it's slightly bigger avatar than the original one, for example, here. And I will also adjust the head. So the head is the children of the hips, like in armatures. And then you adjust the head to the head of the avatar. You adjust the hands to the hands of the avatar. So to do that, you select both of them using Shift, and you move them up or down until you are at the correct station. Now you can see that the hands are not aligned properly there. But what you do is you select one of them, you move it towards the tip of the hand. Oh, maybe not that one. And then you take that value that you found and you paste it here, except you invert it. So if there's a minus, you remove the minus. If there's a plus, you add a minus. Here on the head, you need to adjust the ears. You need to adjust them exactly like with the hands. So you click on the right one, the left one, and you do the opposite thing. Now you also need to adjust the eyes. No, the nose. So you have the nose. Here my avatar doesn't really have a nose, so we'll put that where the nose should be. The mouth, where we'll put that a bit down here. And now we are finished, except we have the crown. The crown needs to be way up, like really above your avatar. Once you do that, you also have in the floor, you have the tombstone. The tombstone is a bit special because the tombstone needs to be at the avatar when the avatar is lying down. So it needs to be a bit farther up here. When the avatar is lying down on the floor, the tombstone will be aligned properly. So once you do that, you can adjust any of the elements in the armature if needed. To see them sometimes because they are all invisible by default, you can just enable them and you will be able to see them in action. Here, for example, I want them to be a bit bigger. So I will have like a bigger tombstone. You can change the scale to make it bigger or smaller, depending on your avatar. Once you do that, you are mostly ready. You are at least ready to test. So in order to test, you click on the tool and gesture manager emulator. This is how you test your avatar. That's like one of the best ways. You can enter play mode clicking that button or the play button here. So I do that. I go into the scene here. I select in the expression, get Galaxy Gadget. In Galaxy Gadget, I can try out things in each section. I advise you try all of them out, but there's a few that are very important that will like cause problems. For example, the dead one that we discussed earlier. The tombstone needs to be a bit farther away than by default, for example. The other one that is a bit problematic is Dizzy, for example. Dizzy needs to have the crown adjusted. That's why the crown is on top. And the rest is usually already very good. Now for the expressions. So there's like two expressions that are like all the expressions are a bit avatar dependent, but there's like two that you can test on it. Like I will show you. Like for example, for the dead one, well, they're nice and dead, but they're kind of alive on the face. So that's not what you want. What you want them to have an expression on their face. So how do you do that? Since it's dependent for every avatar, I can't make it universal. So the only way is for you to do it manually. You go on the avatar in the body section, so body, or there can be any names, so you need to explore. But it will be a skin mesh renderer, and it will have blend shapes. The blend shapes are used for a lot of things, for speaking, for doing emotions on the face mostly, also for shapes. But like here, what we are interested in is like blink both to close the eyes and mouth open to open the mouth. So what we will do is go back into the Galaxy Gadget thing. Click on it. We will apply all the transform we did because we will open it. So apply all transform. Open the back, and we go into the toggles at the end. So we click on the dead, and you see there's closed eyes and tongue. That's not the one we have. We have the blink both with an underscore here. You need to be particularly precise. And mouth dash open, and we'll put that at 50%. So it's not completely open. Once you do that, you save. You go into gesture manager, play mode. And after that, you will be able to test the depth of your avatar. And your avatar looks properly dead. RIP. Now, we want to make your avatar disappear. We really don't like your avatar already. We want it to disappear. So there's lots of ways to make it disappear, but there's no generic ways, at least that I found. So the best way to make it disappear is to use material properties. So that avatar use standard VRChat shaders. So that's not what you want here. What you want is to use a shader that has the ability to make things invisible. So the best shader that I found for that is Liltoon, but you can also use Poyomi and others. So for example, here I am in the body skin mesh renderer. I select the material, and I can see there's like both material here. I click on the material and I change the shader to Liltoon Multi. And I do the same for the other one. Now that I did that, I can go into Gesture Manager, and I can make my avatar disappear properly. Of course, you need to do that outside of play mode, but since it's in the asset tab, it transpires here. The other thing you need to do, like if it's not the same thing, you need to go into the vanishing here, and you need to change the property. And for that, you can click on the search property, and you can have like, depending on your screen mesh renderer, if the object is on the screen mesh renderer, you can have like the list of properties. As you can see, it's desktop only because on Quest, it's a bit more complicated. You will need like another material that is invisible or something like that. I leave that to you because that's a bit of a problem to do. So once you have done that, your avatar is mostly ready, and you can just upload it using your account. So you enter your account, you upload it. I let you find other tutorials for uploading. Normally in Easy Quest Switch, you have most of the materials that are already done. So I advise you put like all your uh, material in there to make them compatible with Quest. But you will also have materials here that are mostly Quest compatible, but not all of them. For example, that's a little tune one. You need to make sure that one is VRChat mobile Kunlit, and to make sure that they are all of that VRChat mobile particle. Well, that one needs to be particle. VRChat. This one is VRChat. Well, it's VRChat mobile particle additive. Add. And that one is tune only. Tunlit. And there you are. That way you can click on the multi-upload here. That will show that I can't show you right now. You have like, you can upload for several platforms at the same time, and it will upload everything. So that's it. I hope it's been clear enough for you. And if you have any question, feel free to contact me. And have a nice day. Thank you for purchasing my pack, and enjoy. Bye.